When I first looked up the carnivore diet, I found absolutely nobody who looks like me. Everyone seemed to be white, American, and it just felt so far removed from what I know and who I am. And so I created this page because I wanted to see what will this dangerous diet do to me. Either I was going to die in 90 days, or I was going to flourish, or nothing was going to happen. So I created this page from the beginning to experiment with the carnivore diet, this ancestral diet, just to see what's going to happen. And as a reference point for people who looked like me to know whether or not this could possibly work for whatever health issues they may have. Because people in the carnivore space claim to get so many benefits from this way of eating. But I had to see it for myself. And I love to experiment with my own body. I've been vegan, including raw vegan. So eating meat alone is also extreme, but it didn't scare me. And I'm a whole new person. I feel so good in my body and I cannot stress it enough. You're gonna have to see it for yourself. But if you're still skeptical, you can go through my channel and listen to fellow Black people who are thriving on this way of eating. If you don't believe me, perhaps you'll resonate with one of them. We have people who have healed from crazy stuff that they tell us is irreversible, including type 2 diabetes. When I heard that, I was like, no freaking way. And the deeper you dive into what people are healing on this diet, the more amazed you will be, the more you will realize that actually sickness is not the way it is supposed to be. Having a healthy body, a healthy lifestyle, and a happy life is your birthright. Whether you live in the West or if you live in Africa, one thing I've noticed is that Black people are the sickest population in every country. Could it be because we are so far removed from how we are supposed to be eating? In my opinion, food is medicine, and food can also be poison if you are not eating the right things. So if you're currently following the standard American diet, and if you don't believe that you are, if you are following the food pyramid with grains at the bottom, vegetables, meat, and a tiny little triangle of fat at the top, then you are definitely following the standard American diet. And if you don't want to look at it that way, you are definitely following a diet that is not suitable for your genetics. One of the biggest lessons I've learned on this journey that will stick with me forever is that carbohydrates count as sugar. Now, I don't know if you knew that, but I certainly didn't. I viewed sugar as sugar, sugar being that white or brown granular substance that you put into tea. I thought that was sugar and nothing else. And I took carbohydrates as potatoes, rice, pap, butternut. When you're more technical, I put that aside as carbohydrates. But the truth is, carbohydrates, once you ingest them, they turn into sugar. And so if you're sitting there with diabetes or pre-diabetes and you don't have a sweet tooth and you don't know how you ended up with this condition, it's not about the desserts. It's about the carbohydrates, including the savory ones. This blew my mind because I am potatoes' #1 fan, and I ended up with insulin resistance, which is also pre-diabetes, and I did not understand how because I wasn't a dessert lover. But now I completely understand. The good news is, after 3 months of strict carnivore, I have reversed the insulin resistance. Most importantly, I have reversed my diabetes of the ovaries, which manifests as PCOS. Now imagine what it can do for you. And it's not just about diabetes. Somehow meat is so healing that it fixes everything, all metabolic issues. If you're struggling to lose weight, you will lose weight. If you're struggling to gain weight, you will gain weight. If you're struggling with sleep apnea, You won't have sleep apnea anymore. If you're struggling to sleep through the night, you will start to sleep through the night and you will wake up refreshed. If you have joint pain, that joint pain will go away. If you have high blood pressure, that will be a thing of the past. If you have heart palpitations, that will stop. If you have painful cycles, you will experience your first painless menstrual cycle and you will be mind blown as I am. If you have histamine intolerance, that will also go away. The list is endless. The things I've heard people reverse still blow my mind, and even though I believe in this way of eating, whenever I hear another success story, I'm just like, no way. How can it be that easy? Stop the carbs, stop the sugars, stop the veggies, eat meat. That's it? Are you freaking kidding me? People are on the longest list of medications. People are trying the craziest remedies. Me included. I have done it all. But all I had to do was stop viewing red meat as cancerous, inflammatory, and full of antibiotics that will affect me in some negative way. The lesson here is test it on your own body. Don't blindly follow the advice that we are given. I think we all learned that lesson about 5 years ago. You cannot blindly follow what you are told anymore. We do not know the intentions behind what they say, what they give us, what they tell us, what they wish for us. You have to take care of yourself. Your health is your responsibility.